something's not right these past couple of years with this doctor. And we've lost too many pets.
I mean, this is just something that, it's going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Last night, our NBC 10 investigators shared exclusive interviews with former employees and customers of a Massachusetts veterinarian accused of physically abusing animals, losing patients due to poor medical treatment, and intimidating his staff into silence. And now our consumer investigative reporter, Bianca Beltran, examines how the agency in charge of overseeing veterinarians handled these accusations against that doctor.
I was going to a place that was, just from Google, had good reviews, and I didn't look in far enough. If you look down enough pages, you start to see other deaths. I didn't know to look for it. I would have never expected that. I would have obviously never done this.
After Bethany Vest Paris's dog Lotus died the day after her spay surgery at Swansea Veterinary Center last November, she turned to the state board that oversees licensure for veterinarians in Massachusetts. Bethany filed a complaint against Dr. Carlos A.D. Silvera regarding her loss that she claims was due to negligence.
Hi, my name is Bethany Vest Paris. I am a potential victim of veterinary negligence.
When she tried to speak about it at the public board meeting in January, she was told the matter needed to be addressed through the formal complaint process, which could take several months.
I kept just trying to get to the veterinarians and the lawyers and the other distinguished people on that board to tell them, hey, this is like an open issue and this is bigger than me. This is bigger than Lotus.
Before Lotus's death, Laura Petty, a former employee of Swansea Veterinary Center, submitted her own complaint to the board last August. In it, she alleged Dr. Silvera performed surgeries without protective gear, took controlled substances from the medical clinic for personal use, worked while under the influence of alcohol and marijuana, and was verbally abusive to his staff. 5 months after Laura submitted the complaint, she received a letter from the board saying they voted to dismiss the complaint based on the investigation.
I had to question how much had actually gone into that because I don't see how anyone could find him fit to continue practicing as a veterinarian.
Records we obtained showed Silvera's attorneys provided affidavits signed by 5 employees denying Laura's allegations, including Lisa Cabral.
He took us one by one, because at first I didn't want to sign it. There was a line on here I refused to sign. It was that I've never seen him abuse employees. And I said, I can't sign this because you did abuse me the first time, and I can't sign that. And then he takes us one by one upstairs and has us sign it. He'll throw it, and he's like, I need you to sign this. And of course, you want to keep your job. So that's why we signed this the first time.
A spokesperson for the state's Division of Occupational Licensure, or DOL, declined to provide an interview for this story, but answered questions via email. Asked about Lisa's claim that she was coerced into signing an affidavit, they pointed us to the investigatory reports filed after the complaint was closed. The investigation summary we obtained shows over the course of 2 months, the investigation consisted of sending a letter to Dr. Silvera, receiving a response from his attorney which denied all allegations, and sending it to the board for review.
Did anyone from the licensing board or their investigators ever speak with you or the employees separately to see what was really going on?
Nobody's ever come to that office. No one's ever come to the office to check anything out.
Lisa says she left Swansea Veterinary Center this year for her mental health and safety. The agency spokesperson said the DOL dismissed Laura's complaint after it requested additional information but did not receive it by their deadline. They said the agency reopened the case after receiving additional evidence but won't provide any details about that evidence until the matter is settled. The board says it referred the case to the DOL's prosecution team. That means Dr. Silvera could face disciplinary action such as license suspension, revocation, or voluntarily surrender, consent agreements, fines, continuing education, or probation with monitoring, pending a hearing and board approval.
Most of that doesn't have no sense, no base.
Dr. Carlos Silvera Sr. is overseeing business at the Swansea Veterinary Center while his son with the same name is in jail.
He has his temper, he's strong, but never abused nothing.
We talked to him in May, just weeks before Carlos Silvera Jr. pleaded guilty to 29 criminal charges. They include stalking an ex-girlfriend, 4 counts of the unlawful possession of assault weapons, and 18 counts of the unlawful possession of large-capacity ammunition feeding devices. He's sentenced to 2 to 3 years in prison. Silvera Sr. denies the allegations regarding his son's treatment of animals in his care and his behavior towards staff.
He's a good guy, he's a good vet, and sometimes it's too much stress, and then you can receive complaints like that. He have, like I say, he was telling, he has his temper, but he never hits anybody.
In April, the board referred Bethany's complaint to DOL prosecution. What do you hope for?
I hope that he, never has the right to cut or treat another animal again. I hope that the board has a serious wake-up call.
It's been 6 months since Bethany submitted a complaint to the board and 2 months since the case was referred to the DOL prosecution team. We're waiting to hear whether they will recommend disciplinary action against Dr. Carlos Silvera in response to either hers or Laura's complaints. Bianca Beltran, NBC 10 Boston.
By the way, if you are at home and you want to know if a veterinarian has been the subject of complaints or discipline, you can actually check out the Massachusetts Division of Occupational Licensure's website. The agency publishes a list of disciplinary actions online, and once these types of complaints have gone through this process, however, those details, those complaints are only available through a public records request. So open complaints are not accessible to the public, nor do they affect someone's ability to renew their license.
All right, let's